Linda Hamilton lives soccer. As a former defender on the U.S. women's national soccer team turned university coach, she has dedicated her life to the sport.
It's one of the very few sports, if not the only sport, that there are no different rules for men or women. The field's the same size, the ball's the same size, the game's the same length.
That type of equality is the reason why, when she's not on the pitch, she's traveling the globe as a sports envoy for the United States, sharing her expertise with often underserved communities. But on a more basic level, also sharing the American culture.
I think sports can open up lines of communication and levels of human understanding in a way that you just don't get when there's political agendas.
Sports can be a powerful force in breaking down cultural barriers and dispelling stereotypes. Perhaps the most famous example is Ping Pong Diplomacy, when a chance encounter on a bus at the 1971 World Table Tennis Championships put the first cracks in the frosty U.S. China relationship.
That friendly exchange between American Glenn Cowan and the Chinese team captain Duong Zedong disarmed the public and politicians in a way traditional diplomacy simply could not, humanizing a perceived enemy through the shared love of sport.
Sport is a very effective soft power tool. It allows us to understand that we're the same and that we have similar wants and needs. And when you're doing diplomacy, you're indeed often focused on the differences.
Table tennis helped transcend those cultural and political differences at the height of the Cold War, paving the way for U.S. President Richard Nixon's historic 1972 visit to China and the eventual normalization of U.S. China relations. Through the years, other sports have been tried, but with varying results. Baseball was the common denominator when Presidents Barack Obama and Raul Castro met in Cuba in 2016. A few months later, passenger flights between the two countries resumed for the first time in 50 years. Yet unified North and South Korean table tennis and ice hockey teams have failed to produce a major breakthrough in relations.
If the relationship is not good, sport is not going to change that. But if both parties have the willingness to build a relationship, then it can be very powerful, right? Because it allows them to connect.
Connect on a personal level, proving that sometimes there's more that unites than divides. Toni Waterman, CGTN, Houston, Texas.